Hi Virgo, welcome to your January weekly reading for the 8th to the 14th. I'm Jennifer and thanks for joining me today. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And also don't forget that I did upload monthly readings for you at the end of December. So if you want to check that out, please go ahead and do that. And today I'm using the Colette Baron Reid The Good Tarot. And I also pulled one card from the Medicine Woman Tarot deck. And I'm going to just jump into the reading, okay? So, at the bottom of the deck, for the overall energy, we have the Two of Earth. And this can talk about perhaps taking a time out, reflecting. Maybe you're juggling more than one thing. Considering your options. And like I said, it's taking your time and making a decision. Crowning your reading, we actually have the Ten of Earth. So perhaps you've been through and you're feeling like whatever is coming up and whatever's going on now, you're feeling really abundant. And you're pleased with yourself. You're pleased with perhaps your material level of comfort or the things that you're manifesting in your reality. And you can see that this woman here, she's so, she's sort of guarding what she has, right? So it's sort of like you have all of this and you want to hang on to it. Now in the present situation, we have the Page of Cups. And this is a card of playfulness. To me, it represents this picture. It just gives me the feeling of like the divine child. And of really feeling playful with your emotions. Perhaps you've been a little flirtatious. Maybe you're just feeling, a sense of joy and happiness inside. It could also indicate a child or perhaps someone that you're dealing with in your life, someone who could be immature. But again, this card could either represent childlike or childish. So it really depends on the situation. I read mostly from the point of view that the cards are a reflection of some aspect of you. But of course, they can also represent people in your life. So as an aspect of yourself, this is about getting in touch with your inner child. It's about letting your more playful side out, being more childlike. Now, what's crossing that card, we have the Chariot. And that's an interesting card to have as your obstacle, which is victory. So maybe you are setting for, we all want victory in our lives in some aspect of our lives, of course. That's often an obstacle for many people. But it's also a card of movement. And in this reading, I think maybe you have recently met someone, because we have the Two of Cups there in the hopes and your fears. And you may have recently gotten into a relationship, or perhaps this has been an ongoing relationship. Maybe things are going really good right now. Maybe there has been, because this is in your foundation, this is the Eight of Fire. It's the Eight of Wands. So maybe there is some kind of swift communication. These cards both talk about movement. This one indicates victory, while this one is more of just about swift changes, building momentum. So with the Chariot in the obstacle, perhaps you've been trying to get to a certain level. Right? And this is like the card of like ultimate success. So perhaps you've been feeling successful in one or more aspects of your lives. Now, in your recent past, we have the Nine of Earth. And this is about being self-reliant, having the resources and the tools and using them to get yourself to this place. And who's more industrious than Virgo? I mean, you are the most industrious of all the signs. So you move from this 9 of Earth into this 10 of Earth, and you are certainly not wanting anybody to come along and ruin this for you. Now, just hang on one second. I'm just going to pause this video for a second. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So now I forgot where I was. So, yes, moving from what your recent past was to sort of having it all, including a relationship, right? Maybe there's somebody that is caught your eye, or perhaps things are moving perhaps a little too fast for you. Perhaps with this person. Okay, maybe this is a too good to be true kind of a person, okay? Because in the outcome, we do have temptation, which is the devil. And this card talks about obsessions, addictions, behaviors that lead us astray from our true path, distractions, and could also indicate perhaps toxic people. So I think what the cards are saying here, and this could apply to different people, you know, different situations for different people. This is a general reading. For some of you, perhaps now this 2 of water is in your hopes and your fears. So this could be what you're striving for, okay? So if you haven't yet met someone, there could very well be, well, this is in your foundation, the Eight of Wands. So most of you probably already did meet someone who is a potential partner, or perhaps are in a relationship and things are moving quickly. For some of you, you might be meeting someone soon. And you could be either scared of this quick movement, because victory being in your obstacle, maybe there are things that are holding you back. Okay, maybe you are a little too concerned with this material wealth and of losing something that you have gained or worked so hard for. And that could be where the attachment is coming from. Maybe you're just so focused on making sure that you stay secure and that your security is so important that you're not making time for love. And that's where this victory becomes a challenge over the Page of Cups, because you're not letting yourself really be that free and playful, childlike, letting your inner child out, being flirtatious, being fun-loving. Not so much careless, but maybe a little bit more carefree. And that's probably not easy for most Virgos, because you're probably one of the signs that worry a bit, depending, of course, on what your moon and rising are. But, maybe there are some challenges for you in the love department. And maybe you're afraid of maybe you're obsessing over meeting somebody, or maybe you already have, and this person could be a toxic sort of an influence in your life. Or maybe they are a little bit too obsessed with you, and that's why things are moving so fast. Maybe you're afraid that they only want you because of what you have. And I'm not saying that that's the case. But these are all potential ways that this reading could be going. And I think that's why at the bottom of the deck we have the Two of Earth. That's so that you can take your time making a decision. Really consider the options, consider what's ahead, consider what's at stake, and remember that really the most important thing is that inner child and the freedom of that inner child. And to, at least be able to, you should have somebody in your life, if there's a love partner in your life, they should naturally bring this person out in you. They should make you feel the way this card looks. As you see how this little girl here she's a mermaid on the ocean. And she's just skating across the top of it. And that's really how that person should make you feel. And of course, it's not going to be perfect all the time. I'm not saying that relationships are always perfect all the time, but they should have that natural ability to bring this side of you out, especially when things are going good. Okay? So this could be that maybe you're having a challenge finding the victory in this, and finding this happy place, this freedom place, this playful place in this relationship. Or maybe you're not finding this relationship because it's you that is too focused on this material stuff and on working so hard to make sure that you have built up everything you need. And maybe the partner that you're really meant to be with is somebody who is more carefree. And in order to attract that, you're going to have to really try to get more in touch with that inner child. And whatever this is that's causing you either obsessive thoughts or whatever this devil energy represents to you, and only you know that, okay? With the Chariot card here and the Victory card here, what this says to me is this can be overcome. You can overcome this devil energy, okay? But it's not necessarily going to be easy. But you have the Victory card there, and you have this Page of Cups here, and it's about letting yourself be more carefree and a little bit more playful. And again, nurturing that inner child. That's the way to fight off this devil energy, okay? So I'm going to move on to the Medicine Woman Tarot deck. We have the Two of Arrows. And the name of this card is Aim High. I have studied the map of mind. I am off to take charge of my world. In the midst of enthusiasm, I take time out to make sure the highest goal can still be seen. My motivations are clear. I am seeking the best for all. I accept help from those who have blazed the trail before me. I set my heart on a course of love. I desire plenty for all. My sights are set high above the common thought. Great Spirit, your will dwells within as my highest aspirations. Lead me now on the course of making them real. So, this card talks about aiming high, right? And for some people, aiming high is getting all of this, having all that material wealth, having built up that security. But then there are people who are in that position and still feel like there's something missing. Like you can see this little angel here, right? She's laying on this apple. She's really discontent. She's got loads of money down there. And still she's not happy. And this to me, like with the bite out of the apple and a shape, it's like eat your heart out kind of a thing, right? Like, are you focusing on the right things? Are you giving enough attention to that inner child? Are you giving enough attention to that playful, carefree side of yourself? Or are you so focused on materialism and keeping your security that you lose sight of what's really important, you know? Aiming high isn't supposed to be about selfish pursuits. When we aim high, we seek to help others with our work. We seek to, you know, take what we have and share with others. And whatever that means to you. So let's see what else this card says. It's basically, it tells you, aim toward your highest vision. You are in charge. No one else can think your thoughts for you. People can offer suggestions, ideas, and teachings, but you are the bottom line. You are the final authority, author of your own intellectual life. You accept or reject everything you hear, see, and experience. You give it its value. You claim it and thus give it its power to affect your life. Pull your good towards you by aiming at what you really want. So I think here, too, it's like, are you kind of shutting this out? Are you shutting out that inner child because of what you might be afraid to lose in terms of your material wealth? Are you blocking happiness in your own relationship because you are the author of your own thoughts? You are the authority of what you choose to let in or push away. So you can't blame your partner for your own dissatisfaction when you don't focus, if that pertains to you in that way, if you're not focusing on the right things, which is to really let yourself feel freer. And I don't know what your personal situation is. I don't know, how to tell you how to do that. I mean, there are resources that online that can help you to free your mind, maybe yoga, meditation, or, but I think sometimes those things get a little bit too mainstream and people lose sight of that higher vision. And you don't have to go do meditation 1 hour a day to set yourself free. You can just simply, get involved in a project that you feel is meaningful, maybe. Like, maybe you've thought about walking dogs at your local humane society, or helping feed homeless people, or doing like a random act of kindness. Or maybe making it into like every weekend you're going to go and make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and just pass them out to homeless people in your city. Or, something like that to help you kind of share the wealth and this feeling that you have of having everything. And maybe letting go of that attachment, and then doing stuff like that can also open up that side of yourself. Because you are the sign of service, and you can be in service to people in a myriad of ways. You don't have to just be, a doctor or a psychologist, or you don't have to have like a fancy job to be in service to others. Just doing simple acts of kindness is being in service to people. And keeping your eye on that, your mind set on your higher goals, and your higher vision. And it's really asking you to aim high, because the devil will drag you down. The devil energy drags down your thoughts, telling you you're not good enough. It tells you that you're going to lose something, or you have obsessive, thoughts, or you get involved with toxic people. And, whatever the case is, whether it's your friendships or your thoughts, or perhaps some of your behaviors. Maybe you're a workaholic. I think so. I think you might, especially for Virgo, I think You're a workaholic. And it could be interfering with your relationship. I think this is showing me you're being a workaholic. And it's starting to interfere with your relationship. And that's why this is a challenge for you. Finding that place of that playfulness. So maybe you need to like call out sick one day. Just call out sick one day and like, ooh, be a bad Virgo. Call out sick. Okay, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you. And then we are going to wrap this up, okay? So I'm going to pull one card from the Wisdom of the Trees Oracle. Can we have one card for Virgo to wrap up this reading, please, for the second week work? Maybe you're going to be working a lot. And, you know, I'm not saying that, you know, if calling out sick is going to get you fired, obviously don't do that. But, you know, maybe like when your boss says, hey, I need you to bring this work home with you on Saturday, you know, just stop taking it so uber seriously, because it's affecting you in your way, in feeling playful, you know. And you're allowed to feel like this. You're allowed to, you know, your days off are for you, not for your job. And if you're in a relationship, it's for you. Like when you come home from work, you're supposed to have fun and be playful with your partner. And like cook dinner or spend time with your family. Or if you live alone, you know, take care of you. Not be dragging work home with you. You know, and maybe this is the year for you to like slow it down and focus on what really matters. That those more important, higher ideals. You know, those things that you've put on the back burner, or those ideas you've had that can really bring true service and for the good of all. Because, you know, just you being in that space and creating from this space is doing something for the good of humanity and for the planet and life itself. Please bring us one card. Okay, well, we got two, and I'm just going to let it fly. Okay. And this talks, okay, so this really goes with the Page of Water. Sweet orange and sugar maple. Let me get these going. Your reading is a little long, Virgo. Let me see. Just get these real quick to you, and then we'll wrap this up. Okay. Okay. So sweet orange, zest. I'm here to add zest and sweetness to your life. The fragrance of my flowers will lift your spirits and remind you of the beauty of life, and my luscious fruit will feed you, helping you to live each day to the full. Your enthusiasm and energy are infectious. They inspire others to follow your shining example, and they also fuel your own desire to reach new heights and discover exactly what you are capable of achieving. Reach new heights. Aim high. Okay? Also, like, the beauty of life, right? I think that has a lot to do with the beauty of life is experienced in more than just with our physical senses, but with our emotional self as well. Sugar maple, versatility. Although my leaves are green in spring, they have changed color dramatically by the time they drop in autumn. I can show you how to introduce similar versatility into your own life to make you stand out as a unique individual. Are you getting stuck in a rut in some area of your life? If so, do your best to become more versatile and flexible in your ideas and attitudes. Learn to embrace change wholeheartedly, even if you do not know what it will lead to. So, I guess, you know, with versatility and zest, and maybe, like, if you are one of the Virgos that happens to be a workaholic, you know, and this is asking you, like when I think of sugar maple, I think of like maple syrup, like sweetness, you know, and oranges are also sweet. So, and being playful is a sweet energy. And maybe you've been being so bogged down by work pressures that you're losing sight of your higher vision, and you need to really try to put most of your energy into you and your highest vision, because it's your life. You're the authority of it. And you can't be so bogged down with work that you lose the zest for life and the sweetness of life. Okay? So remember what's important. Okay? The people you love, you know, having that relationship that, you know, fulfills you on deeper levels than just having to guard your security and your material wealth. And remember what's important. And just know that you can be victorious over this devil. And just beware of that devilish energy that drags you down, that brings you into that place of concern or worry, or it drags down, it brings you to a feeling of insecurity or obsessiveness, addiction, attachments, being overly attached. You know, let go, because being overly attached and obsessive is never going to get you all that sweetness. Okay? So, savor the sweetness of life, Virgo. Thank you again for being here with me. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. And if this video has brought some insight, hope, or healing into your life, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And thank you for being here with me today. Take care. Bye-bye.